Put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Perfect. 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 All right. So everything should look good. I'm gonna edit out that wall later on,
I
and then
think the wall looks nice. What's wrong with
on
it?
the side, just catching that.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I
not the
see.
back,
Okay,
not the back.
gotcha.
Uh, all right. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. How y'all doing?
Hello,
Hope everything's good with y'all.
everyone.
Hope everything is good with y'all. My name is Stefan,
I'm Shanika.
and welcome back to our podcast, From Our
Our
Hearts
heart to
to
yours.
Yours. So this is episode 2 now, and this week I think we are going to try and focus heavier on uh, giving y'all more ideas of who we are as people. We're still gonna kind of pick up where we left off last time. So you ready for today?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, before we start, we did have one question from the audience
Oh,
that somebody wanted to ask you
okay.
personally. So based on our last episode, I think we kind of left off on where we were talking about. Um, you spoke a little bit about your career, a little bit. Somebody questioned and asked me to ask you,
Mhm.
um, what was your uh, what was your future career, or what was your original career choice?
Hmm.
Like, if you weren't doing what you were doing now, what would you rather be doing?
So, I mean, that's a really good question. And the way I'm going to answer that is, I guess, two parts to that. My first part is I originally in high school thought I wanted to be an attorney, but my mom always worked in the medical field, so I decided that I wanted to be a physician assistant. So that's originally what I went to school for. So I started off in the pre medical program at UK, um, but ended up, of course, into social work. And to answer what would I want to do, I realized like the physician assistant career wouldn't have been the career for me. I still wanted to have a family, and seeing how all the doctors that I have worked with, I admire their work ethic and the dedication that it takes, but I know that they had a hard time with seeing their families, missing out on things for their kids. So I feel like the path that I ended up going down was the path that was supposed to be for me, so that I could have the flexibility to be the mom that I wanted to be too. So where I am is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Hmm. Okay. 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 Cool. Yeah, I did not know you even thought about being an attorney, like, at all.
Oh yeah, that was my dream was to be an attorney and to live in California.
Mm.
I don't know
See,
why
we have
California.
we have similar interests in
Yes.
the California part. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? So I've thought about that. I thought about California. I know when I was younger, I always said like Australia, like living
Yes.
in
You
Australia.
always said that.
Uh, Now I don't know. Like, I think, especially being in school and looking at my career, I've kind of been able to see how, because I want to be a marine biologist, for those that don't know, and I've kind of seen how that career can always change and that
Mhm.
career can always move around. Yes, we always need to be um, around a body of water, but some people want to get paid. Some people need to get paid in
Yeah.
certain jobs, and the money moves. So I think
Absolutely.
right now it is out west in the California Pacific Ocean area, but of course in like the next 5-10 years, it could switch back to the Atlantic. It could
Mhm.
switch to the Arctic, anywhere that people are needing to know about something. So
Yeah.
right now it's in the Pacific where a lot of the money is being made.
I had never really traveled when I was a kid. I mean, the furthest we went was to Florida. That was always to see Uncle Calvert when he
Hmm.
was in the Navy. But I've always dreamed of like visiting places. That's something I do admire about your generation. You guys travel more, so you know what it's like to be in different states um, and to be able to decide like where you ultimately want to live. Also, too, you have the ability to pick up and go wherever you want to go because you have
Yeah.
no ties to Kentucky. So I always encourage that if you can get out of here and figure out how it is to live somewhere else, I always encourage you to do it. So
Definitely. Definitely. So to kind of bounce off that original question, we're gonna jump into a game of true or false. So me and my mom, we wrote down true or false questions that we're gonna ask each other, and then we're both gonna answer whether that statement is true or false. So I think, how, if I go first, let's see.
It don't matter. You go.
No, I think, yeah, I'll go first. I'll go
Yeah, you go
first, and
first.
then I'll ask my first question.
Okay.
All right, so mom, so I know you just answered that question,
Okay.
and you kind of just gave a little backstory on that. So my first true or false question was: is it true or false that you wanted to join the Air Force after college?
That is true.
Mm,
That is ding ding true. But me and my friend Brandy went to actually go sign up for the Air Force, and this was right before 9/11, actually, the same year as 9/11. And the recruiter told us this story about this girl who came in and was overweight, and they couldn't admit her into the Air Force, so she literally ran around the building until one day she came in the building and they didn't even recognize who she was. So he was telling us that story to basically tell us go lose weight and come back later. The funny part is I was probably 80 pounds smaller than I am now, so I can't even imagine. But uh, everybody laughed at us because it's like we couldn't get in. But then literally 9/11 happened, and it was kind of like, whoo, okay, we're kind of glad we
yeah,
didn't. But that is absolutely true.
nah, that's wild. Yeah, I always love hearing that story. That's why I asked it, because I was like,
Yeah.
that's something I do know, and I was
Yes.
like, I feel like that would have been a great story for everybody else to hear. But yeah, I always, whenever I hear it, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. If
Yes.
it did fall through, because then like something could have happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Kendall may not have
Existed.
existed. Like
Yeah.
life could have been totally different. And I'm not
Absolutely.
just saying like the part about me and Kendall. Like if something did happen to you, you could have just lived a different life
Yeah,
after that.
totally
So
different. Yeah, may have not even had kids. I mean, just being able to travel. I mean, that was me and Brandy's goal. Was we really just wanted to get in so that we could travel.
yeah,
She was in nursing school, so we was going on the buddy system. So we thought we was about to see the world. So we did not. We saw Lexington. So
nah,
my turn.
yeah.
Okay. So this one I think I know, but then I think maybe I don't know. So Stefan, true or false? Do you regret not playing any sports going to college?
Mm, that's a good question. Uh,
I didn't
I'm
think I was
thinking
gonna have
now.
you
I
stumped.
was thinking now. I would say it's a two-part answer to that. I would
Okay.
say at first, yes. But I think that's because growing up, I always played sports and I was
Mhm.
always on a team. So whenever I came into like the school year, I didn't have issues making friends because I already had the football team or
Right.
whoever. And then after that, like I always made other friends, not because I played football or anything or lacrosse or whatever, but I was already just known to that environment.
Mhm.
Me going to Savannah State, which is a whole different state, different city, different vibe, and then I have to make new friends. That was a little bit harder. But that's just like the social aspect. The discipline aspect, I do regret it because football and like sports in general just kept me so well balanced and well
Mhm.
disciplined. And that's what I'm learning right now as I'm helping coach the lacrosse team at Atherton. And I'm seeing how it's kind of putting me back on a schedule. And
Yeah.
it's a more disciplined. I'm not gonna say strict because I'm not, even though I am a coach, I'm not like tied down to being there every day. If I don't make it a day, that's fine. Like they're kind of understanding of that. They've told me that before because I'm in college or whatever. But it's just put me back on that like mentality of okay, you got to be here at this time. You got to do this. You got to make sure you got to do this. So I'm kind of starting to try and get back into that because now that's not familiar.
Mhm.
On the other side of that, I say I don't regret it because I've been able to be exposed to different things in different ways and like lifestyles. So like I've been able to connect with different people who aren't in sports and kind of get that type of uh I guess view on like life. Just like, yeah, we're not on the football team, but we go tailgate.
Right.
And I'm like, I still haven't really tailgated before, but like that wasn't something I was able to do because I was usually
You
the
was on the
person on the
field.
field.
Right, right.
So so yeah, it's a yes and a no, but I'll probably say more of a no.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
at the same time, because I was, I'm injury prone. Like don't have,
That you are.
I don't have like the best body. I can do sport. I'm athletic. I can play sports and everything, but when it comes to like the longevity of it, I never really saw myself playing. If I did go to college, past college, like I didn't see myself going professional. I remember we was we was at Aunt Renee's house for Halloween, and oh, it was either Halloween or like a birthday thing,
Hmm.
my senior year, and I was on crutches. No,
Yeah,
it was Halloween. It was
it was right
Halloween.
after your lacrosse senior
It was
night.
after I no, it was after I had surgery.
Oh, okay.
That was a different time. But after I had surgery, Dalen pulled up. Me and Dalen pulled up to her house for Halloween. There was a guy who walked up to me. I don't know who it is.
Hmm.
He was like, "Yeah, man, you stick it out. You keep going. You gonna go to the league." Dalen looked at me. He's like, "Bro, you not going to the league." I was like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Bro," he's like, "Steph, you like 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", whatever you are, you're not going to the league." And I was just like, I mean, I know it, but you ain't gotta say it, bro.
Right.
Like, so uh, it's that part too. Like, just not even having to think about dealing with another injury. I can go and just play casually with my friends,
Yeah.
and it's not as competitive. It's not as serious because we're not all on the same level or better than each other. It's
Hmm.
pretty like moderate. It's pretty similar. So yeah, that's my long-winded answer
Yeah.
to that question.
No, I mean, it was a good answer. I'm surprised. I thought you were going to be hands down, like, yes, you regretted it. But I will say, like, with sports, I mean, I kept you in sports with the intentions of trying to keep your blood sugars leveled, to keep you active.
Yeah,
But then also, too, like, I've never played a sport, but I was in band. And being a part of any kind of team builds character. So it teaches you how to, work with other people, even though difficult people. It gives you leadership skills. It's good for any kid to me
mhm,
personally. Um, but you ended up having a love for it. You are somebody that's so compassionate, and especially about when you are part of a team and your loyalty to that. So, like, even when you play with PRP and Coach Charlie,
yeah,
like, because it seems like the teams that you have gotten on they're not always great, but the team has character. It has a family feel.
yeah.
And I think that's something that you've always loved. So I thought that the answer would have been yes. Now, the other side of it, you're right. Like, if you're not going to the pros, why do so much wear and tear on your body?
Yeah.
And I mean, you've had a lot, but you've been playing football since you were 5. You've had all kinds. You've like what?
I broke my wrist.
Broke your wrist,
Mm.
your toe,
Yeah.
your foot. What else? I feel like was something wrong with your shoulder?
No.
No, just
Mm.
your
It
wrist.
was just my arm. Just like
Okay.
my right arm was just
And then of course you had your meniscus tear
yeah, my ACL.
and your ACL
Yeah.
tear. I mean, you had a lot. And I like even watching some of the documentaries I see on like professional people and the stuff they put their bodies through or the stuff that they ignore or act like that they're not hurt just to get to where they want to be.
Yeah.
It's like if you know that that's not your vision, if that's where you go, why would you do all that to your
Yeah.
body? So I totally get that, and the fact that now you get to be on the other side of it, which is great. So
I understand like the mentality of it. Of course, like being raised around it, you know what I'm saying? Even like with it was such a hard watch, not a hard watch, but like something kind of I don't even say it was hard to deal with, but with dad being a coach and
hmm
him knowing and him, being pretty good at the sports that he played growing up,
yeah,
he of course wants me to be better.
right,
So growing up, he be at the game, Steph, block this way or get in this position, whatever.
yes,
And I'm on the field, I'm like, bro, you're not my coach. Like, I don't
yeah,
want to hear that
that's
right now.
frustrating.
So
Yeah,
I know like me and Kennedy, we would grow up and we would hate like having him in the stands sometimes. But we knew it was love. We wanted him to do it like after the game or like at halftime,
hmm
then talk to us. But not like mid game. We like, bro, we know what the game plan is. We have a game plan. I gotta stick to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but he was just looking out.
It's
But
definitely all love. I mean, because anytime we as parents see something great in our kids, we want to push it,
yeah,
because and push it to the end because we want you to be greater than us. I mean,
mhm.
that's always the intention. So, yeah,
And
that's
and also like I always tell people this, and then we can go to the next question. Um, I feel like when I tore my ACL my senior year, it was a blessing from God, and I
Mhm.
always tell people that because I've met people who had ACL tears or like different injuries post like their senior year. We got a kid on the lacrosse team right now who has an injury, and he was like, "Man, I want to play." And I'm like, you know, he only got like a couple weeks before he got to come back. I'm like, look, I know that feeling, but take this time to like enjoy it or just really think about what you want to do and how you're going to come back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just jump back into it, excuse me, and then they just try and like do what they've been doing. But sometimes like that direction needs to be had. So when I tore my ACL, I feel like it was more of a mental thing. Like, um, you moving too fast. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Before the season, I was working two jobs, and I was all over
Yeah.
the place that whole summer,
Mhm.
back and forth from work. I wasn't really doing too much, but just working. But like I was working out a lot. Me and Dallas was working out a lot together. So I was just doing a lot of things to prepare myself for the season. But I think God was like, well, let's prepare yourself for life. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it was
I
like,
like that.
so I was able to sit there for like the 6 weeks that I was bedridden because I couldn't walk. And I was like, well, what should I do? Then I felt like doors were opening for me and things were happening in my favor where they said, okay, we know this year ain't good for y'all. How many of y'all want to graduate early? Me and Xander was like, we on it.
Yeah.
So we graduated in January that year.
Mhm.
So then it was also like, okay, now you graduated, what you gonna do now for work? I think you asked me that question. So
Mhm.
then I worked at Amazon. Then I got into UPS, and then I was making money from there. So it was like, it was definitely necessary, and it kind of shaped my mindset of like how life could potentially look, how life could have possibly uh could have actually happened. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I came back, there was a lot of guys on that team who I was trying to like help and just like keep out of certain situations and areas. And when I came back and saw that they wasn't there, I was like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? Like, why didn't nobody help? So it was like you're focused on the wrong things. You need to focus more on yourself and focus on what your future is gonna look like. So that's what I took from that.
Good answer.
Yes. All right. So next true or false question for you.
Okay.
Uh, this one's kind of silly.
Okay.
I kind of want to I kind of want you to explain this. True or false that you name all of your cars after candy?
That is true. I have an obsession with candy. It's to the point where Dom is always telling me he doesn't know how I'm not diabetic because I love candy. So my first car actually, well, my first car that I purchased, her name was Candy. It was a red Grand Am. I mean, she looked just like a candied apple. So every day, every single car since then has been named after some sort of sweet
Mm,
in that regard. So yes, that's true.
got you. Got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm like I always remember like I remember candy.
Dark chocolate.
Uh, I remember DC.
Hmm.
My friends know about
Yeah,
DC.
DC is dark chocolate.
Yeah, my the black Ford Fusion that we had. And then you had blue
I
raspberry.
had blue. Yeah, blue raspberry. That was my journey.
So
I don't
what's the
actually
one
have
now?
I have a new car now, but I don't even have a name for it. I think he's a boy,
Mm.
but I don't even have a name for him. So I need to come up with something. He doesn't look like candy
I'm gonna
though.
give you one right now.
What?
Sour Patch. Because there's
He
already
said,
been
yeah,
some
he.
stuff going on.
That's a good one. I like it. Sour
I
Patch.
like Sour
Because
Patch.
y'all, this car has already been through it. I have had this car for probably 6 months or less, and it's already been in two accidents. None of which have been my fault, by the
Yeah,
way.
not.
Just to mind you,
Yeah,
like neither have been my fault. But yeah, I told Dom the other day I feel like that car's cursed. But yeah, I like
probably,
Sour Patch.
probably.
So there we go. That's it.
There we go.
Love it. All right, so for you, true or false? This one's kind of silly too. This one's funny just because of like last Sunday. We had said originally we were going to be recording this every Sunday. last Sunday, I think we were just all going through it.
Yeah.
But true or false? When me and you are beefing, do you try to find a way to stay away from me?
Uh, yes, I do. But it's not a personal thing. It's like I think it's just how I deal with things. Like
Mhm.
I'm not avoiding you because I think necessarily you're the problem. I think I'm somebody I need to like take time just to think and just take time to myself.
Yeah.
And so some people don't understand that. And so I think, especially with me being your son, and I've done that a lot growing up, I think you're the most understanding of that.
Mhm.
And like some of my friends are too, but I think once again, like with my friends, we kind of just deal with it right then and there. And then whatever happens after that, we just kind of deal with it. Like we just kind of let things just play out. Whereas with us, we're family. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm your son, Kendall's my sister,
Yeah.
Dom's like my stepdad and everything. So like we're all a family, and we have to figure it out. So I think with me, it just takes so much more time because y'all are my family,
Mhm.
and I think it's because I view y'all in such like a high like or such a like a bright light. You know what I'm saying? Like I always just expect, I guess, nothing but good between all
That
of
would be
us.
great. Yes.
So when things do happen or like we all address something between each other, and especially if it's something that's about me, I just kind of need that time just to like just go through my feelings and emotions and then just think about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It never offends me. I think it probably, I don't know, Dom might, I think in the beginning have felt some, not necessarily felt some type of way, but was just kind of like, oh, but he's not talking to us, or he's standoffish. But you've always been that way. So I kind of embrace it and just let you be and figure I mean, you'll come back around whenever you're ready. But for all of us handle things different. For me, when I'm here, I say what I gotta say. I yell, I hoop and holler, get on everybody's nerves, but then I'm good. Like I
Yeah.
think everything's like we literally could probably go get ice cream later that day. Like I'm that good.
Yeah.
But I know I'm also the adult here too. So and some of the things that you and Kendall may have to deal with under our rules may be more frustrating for y'all and have to take more time for y'all to adjust and things like that. Whereas I'm like, ooh, I said what I had to say. I feel better. Let's go on about our day. And then it takes y'all, like, y'all definitely need time to process, be by yourself so that you can get yourself back to where you were, before. So,
Yeah. 'Cause I do all that like in the dark, like by myself. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I'll be down here moving around, like just thinking and just like a mad scientist, like a madman,
Yeah.
just questioning myself, just
Mm-hmm.
like, well, why would I say this or why did that happen or this and this? But yeah, it's just time,
Yeah.
and it's nothing personal. It's never personal. If there's anybody who's watching or listening that has experienced that with me,
It's never
it's
personal.
not
Yeah.
personal. It's just something I just gotta go through and I deal with. I do kind of hate it about myself though because it kind of I feel like drags it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like it's me, so I can't
I
really
think it
fix it.
depends on how long you will let it linger. I mean, I
Yeah,
think it's always good to stop and pause and reflect on things because sometimes when we don't, we'll say things and do things that we really don't mean.
yeah,
So I think it's actually a positive. The con to that is if you just allow it to go on for days and days and you can't find a way to get over it.
yeah.
And some things, I mean, you can't find a way to get over it. You just have to be able to accept it. So, you know.
Um, yeah. So my next question, I think you've already answered. No, you have answered. So I don't even want to ask it. I'll just say it just to go ahead and say it. But
Well,
the
ask it. I
the
might
ne-
have a different answer. You
well
never
the
know.
the next true or false question was true or false. You have always wanted to be a social worker.
Eh,
No.
that's false. Yeah, no. I think I love my job. I do love what I do. It is a very high stress job. And people probably wouldn't even believe it, but you're dealing with a lot of people that have issues that they want you to solve. And a lot of times you take some of those problems home with you because you're the type of person that you want to solve them. but there's not an answer to everything in this world because this world's not perfect. So, no, I have not always wanted to be a social worker. And there's days now that I don't want to be a social worker. I want to go work somewhere where I don't have to think, I don't have to solve anything for somebody. And I just, I don't know, count a drawer and then go home.
Yeah.
Like it sounds good sometimes, but uh, no, definitely not. It has not been, it's not my dream. It was not my dream job, but it has been a dream career for me for other reasons.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's why I was like, you kind of gave the whole story
Yeah, I
earlier,
did. Because
but
I talk too
yeah,
much.
no, I didn't. I forgot that question went with that answer. So you still got it out the way though. You got one more?
Yes, I do have one more. This one's kind of silly too, but um, I don't know. We talked about this a lot as it was going on, but true or false? When all the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef was going on, you secretly was cheering for Drake.
No. Like what?
Well,
No.
because I know at one point you loved Drake.
I do. I still do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, two people that I know Drake used to, I can't remember what you used to say Drake was. Your uncle or your dad?
My dad.
Your dad. And then the football player, who was it
Oh,
that you was,
Odell.
oh, yes,
Odell
that
Beckham.
you was crazy about him. So during those times, you definitely were a Drake and Odell fan. So then here comes Kendrick. So then there's this beef between. So you rocking with Kendrick?
Yes. See, look.
Why?
Okay. So here's the thing, right? So yes, that was like sixth grade, seventh grade stuff,
Okay,
whatever.
okay,
That's
okay.
cool. And like I said, I still do like Drake a lot. It's so I saw somebody say it was this YouTuber. His name's Zias,
Mhm.
Zias and Bilou, and a lot of people know them from like their music reactions and stuff like that. Zia said, y'all gotta understand, we all picked our favorites if this was to happen like years ago.
Okay.
So I picked Kendrick back in like 2013, and I've been riding with him for like what now 13? Or when it
A
happened,
long
like
time.
11 years
Yeah.
until it happened. So now that it actually happens, I'm pulling for Kendrick the whole way through because I'm like, I know what he can do. He dropped a song called Control where he was dissing like the whole rap game, and everybody, some people they got their feelings hurt. Some people was like, oh, like that's respect. He's like showing respect and love. But then of course, like Drake was one of those people who got his feelings hurt. So
Mhm.
Drake didn't like that, and he got on like a podcast to promote his album, and was like, he was asked about the verse, and he was just like, oh well, do y'all even remember how it starts? Like I think it's a moment, y'all not gonna remember it, whatever.
Mhm.
Beef's been going on ever since then, throwing subliminal shots. They going back and forth. So I've been invested in this beef since I was like 12, 10
Wow.
or
That's
11, 12, something
that's
like that.
crazy.
So I'm like, it's especially all my friends.
Yeah.
They was like Gavin. He's like, oh, Kendrick, yes.
Mhm.
Brandon, yeah. He was like, I think Kendrick's got it for sure. Then we heard J. Cole was hopping in it. Made people think. I stayed grounded. We all stayed grounded with Kendrick, but then J. Cole backed out because he realized it was something deeper than just rap. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, nah, it was always Kendrick, always gonna be Kendrick. Uh, that's one of my idols when it comes to me making music. I know we're not supposed to really have idols, but like, uh, he's somebody I really look after
Mhm.
and I really look up to when it comes to rap, just because he is able to be so versatile, even though people don't think he can be, but he can be very versatile. He has a ton of different voices. He's very animated, and
He
he's
is.
he's a very humble person. You know what I'm saying? He's not like so flashy and in your face about it. J. Cole as well. That's why I love all three of them. But Drake is kind of like, I feel like either the middle child or like the younger brother and all that, because he's
Mm.
like the flashy one in your face. Like, I'm with all
I
these
can see
women and
that.
all this other
Yeah.
stuff. So that's like the fun side. Like, I feel like you could pull something different from each person. You can get all that from Drake, the party side. That's why like a lot of his fan base are women
Mm.
because they love,
That's
because he
true.
makes music for women.
That's true.
He'll say it like he
Yeah.
makes music for women. Kendrick makes music for the people.
Mhm.
He speaks to the people,
Yeah.
and he has like songs that just
There's
is
something behind
so,
it.
yeah, it's
It's
so meaningful and just
yeah.
deep.
Mhm.
J. Cole is like a really stand up rapper. Like he will rap around you in a heartbeat. And so I feel like can embody both Kendrick and Drake, but that's why him and Kendrick are so close because they just have that deep love for rap.
Yeah.
Drake is even said like he's a pop star. I could go on and on about this
I
all
know you
day.
could.
Like
I
it's
know.
I've been so invested in all this. I watched so many videos about everything. If y'all want to argue in the comments, argue with me. I don't care. But Kendrick won that battle. Kendrick will always win a rap battle. I can't say that. Some giants fall. But as of right now, nobody's gonna step to him, and he will find any way around you to get you and to win. Like he understands the art of rap. He
Mhm.
understands the art of rap battle. There's videos of him rapping on a corner in Compton, just rap battling like people on the corner. Like that's what you do as an artist. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? J. Cole, I think, has even done it. Maybe I can't remember, but like that's stuff that people do.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's always Kendrick. It'll always be Kendrick. One of my favorite memories with my dad was he introduced me to Kendrick because
Oh,
it
I
was
didn't know
like
that.
he was like because dad always likes underground artists, or
Yeah.
at least he used to.
Yeah.
He was always on like datpiff.com and all that stuff. So he we was listening to Section 80, Kendrick's first studio album, before I even knew it was Kendrick.
Mhm.
So I'm going down there for the summer and I'm singing like all his songs or whatever. And then he dropped um Good Kid, Mad City the next year or two. No, the next year. And we was riding and Mariah had came in town.
Mhm.
My sister Mariah. And he was like, hey, we're riding the back roads. It was dark. Me, Dad, Kennedy, Mariah. Me and Kennedy in the back seat, Mariah in the front seat. He's like, hey, I need y'all to be quiet. We're gonna listen to this Kendrick. And we was like, all right, cool. And then Good Kid, Mad City starts playing. And I was like, wow. I was like, this is fire. We hitting the heels like while backseat freestyles playing and stuff. We back there like vibing and just jumping. And it was a great time. And we listened to that album the whole time. Mariah was home the whole time we was down there just visiting. So
That's crazy that
yeah,
you have that memory,
yeah,
like
it's
that detailed of a
yeah.
memory. Yeah, that's
It'll
crazy.
it'll always be Kendrick, bro.
Yeah.
Kendrick always has had like a special place in my heart. I think during that time, like with the whole Drake thing in me, seventh grade, I think I wasn't as in tune with Kendrick, but I wasn't in tune with a lot of music and stuff during that time. It's just Drake was on top at the time, so I was listening
Mhm.
to him more heavy. And then like a couple years later, when I got to high school, I listened to Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick, and I was like, oh yeah, nah, he's definitely the guy. He's definitely my favorite out of the three, out of the big three. And I was like, I don't think that'll really change.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
How much time do we have left?
oh, we got time.
Okay. So I don't think you don't have another true or false for me, right?
No,
Okay.
I know you said you had something that you want to
Well,
talk
I
about.
wanted to kind of bring up because since my last question had to do with, rap and hip hop and all that, and this week has been such a controversial topic of T.I. and 50 Cent.
Mm.
I don't think I haven't seen you for real this week. It
No,
was a
yeah,
busy
I've been
week.
very busy.
Yeah, yeah, especially with practice and everything. So, of course, we haven't had one of our conversations like in the room just talking about stuff that's going on. So, I just wanted to know, like, have you been keeping up with it? What's your opinion
I
about?
did see his son Damani diss 50 Cent. I was like, what? Like
Well, the whole
that's
family
so.
has. So, have you not seen all
I
of
don't know what's
it?
going on. So
Oh,
yeah, no,
okay.
I was confused. I was like, why Damani? I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, so okay, so I'm sure most of the viewers know, but to bring you up to speed, just quickly, like, you know how 50 Cent just likes poking at people. He
Yeah.
just starts, just fucking with people just because he can. And I think he's like like the version of a mean girl to me, like a
Mm,
little bully
yeah.
sometimes. I think it's funny at times. I know that a lot of people don't, but he posted a picture of Tiny, Tia's wife,
Mm,
with her butt, like it's all messed up
mm.
from I guess surgeries or whatever. But he posted this picture and was being disrespectful about it, talking about her. And of course, I mean, she's Tiny really takes hits a lot, being called Miss Piggy and things like that from the surgery she's had. But anyway, I think the first person I believe that responded was King,
Mm.
uh, T.I. and Tiny's son, and it was him just going off in the car, like talking about, "Don't be talking about my mama," "Your mama's dead, my mama's not."
Wow.
I mean, he went kind of low, and then even posted a picture of 50 Cent's mom's grave, which I
Mm.
thought was kind of too far.
Yeah.
But so then I think Ti came out with a couple of songs like in response to it. Dom's hype, like he just thinks it's the greatest thing
Yeah.
ever. And then Damani jumps in. Even the little girl Eris has jumped in and wrote a song about all of this. And so me and Dom's kind of take on it is Dom is like completely invested. And part of him will say, I guess, that it's good to see that there's a whole family that is talented that can respond in that way.
Mm.
And then the other part is just somebody standing up to 50 Cent. So for me, I'm just like, why does anybody even entertain him? Because he does it to get people to
Yeah.
do this stuff,
Yeah.
He's always done that. But the other part is, and it was like, oh, that's cute that the kids are taking up for their mama. But now I feel like they won't stop. Like, it's like this after this coming out for 50 Cent or whatever. So I'm just like, I didn't know what your view would be if you even knew what was going on. Like, how, you know, because since we do have a mother son podcast, like, what is your views on how far you should go to take up for your mom? And I don't know, what do you think about Ti and 50 Cent in general, if you know anything about them and their beef?
Okay, so first off, kind of like feeding off the Kendrick and Drake beef, that was strictly rap, and they
Hmm.
kept it that. They talked about each other's like family, like Drake talked about Kendrick's wife. Kendrick tried to expose that he had like a daughter and like talk like to his son and his whole like Kendrick had a whole song talking at Drake's entire family.
Yeah.
But they kept it rap. You posting somebody else's grave, somebody's mom's grave is
Disrespectful.
extremely
Yes.
and I understand like he talked about your mom's body, but like or he just made jokes about your mom, but I'm not going that far. Like
Yeah.
if it's that deep, then like pull up. Like talk to me. Like or we can meet up. Like I understand King is much younger than 50 Cent, so 50 Cent ain't gonna fight him.
Right.
But or he may send somebody else to fight for him. But it's other ways to handle it. Like
And
it's not
yeah, the way you said pull up is the easiest
yeah,
way.
just pull up. If
Just
it's
pull
really
up.
that deep, like come
Yeah.
see me about it. But I do know, like, I saw a video or a clip of T.I. talking about a versus battle, like a
Hmm.
potential one. And he was like, why would I want to do a versus with just anybody? He's like, I've called out a few people. I can't remember if 50 Cent was one of those people,
Hmm.
but I don't know if it stemmed from that or not or whatever. But even like a versus would be cool. But like, I don't know. I do love seeing like how everybody attacked. Well, I know Damani did a song.
Hmm.
I
Eris
don't.
did a song,
She did a
T.I. did a
song.
rap,
See, so like
and then
yeah,
King just kind of went off.
yeah, but that's him. Like
Yeah,
everybody knows
yeah,
that's it. That's his personality.
yeah.
So I think it was good. It's good seeing that and seeing everybody just jump in like, yo, like we tired of it. But at the same time though, I want to know why they did it to 50 Cent and not everybody else.
That was, that's why you my boy.
Yeah.
Because,
I was like,
it's cool, but my thing is how everybody is getting so hyped off them going off on 50 Cent, who we know this is his personality. He's somewhere probably laughing and just, having
probably,
a good
yeah.
time with it. But this is the thing that me and Dom kind of go back and forth about. If I say Dom all the time, y'all, that's my husband that we're talking about. And him and Stefan are the true music lovers of this household.
More me.
I just jump in at times when I want to play devil's advocate for things, but that was my part. And that's why I said, in the beginning that Tiny has been teased for years. I mean, it's been people coming for her for forever since she
Yeah.
started doing all these, different surgeries. Why was why was 50 Cent's post more disrespectful than anybody else's? That's, I guess, my question. I don't know if
I
anybody
think
ever even has an answer for that.
I think it's more because 50 Cent knows so much about the industry as he put out a whole documentary about Diddy, or he claims that he knows so
Yes.
much about everybody in the industry, so
Yeah.
that's why nobody can touch him or pull up on him or none of that. So that's why I'm like, I still love what they did, but I'm just like, why? But I think the why is because 50 Cent goes at everybody.
He does.
And so he
He
just tried
makes
to pick.
money off of everybody. I'm
Yeah.
like, even the thing, with the Diddy documentary that he made, which I think is hilarious. But Dom was saying like, well, he's got beef with Diddy because Diddy took his woman. Okay, but he found a way to take it and make money off of it. So I'm like, to me, yes, he's the bully of the industry, but he is also a business person. So he finds ways to make money and to keep himself relevant. I do feel like this is just another way, even though they're feeding into it, they might be making money off of, people downloading their music, but so is 50 because now he's relevant still. He ain't made I couldn't even tell you when he's made an album, but the man is rich,
Yeah.
so he's found a way to do that. So,
That's the thing, like, I don't like about some artists today is they have to do that to profit and to like stay relevant. Whereas like I can't remember who brought it up or what we was talking about. I think me, Brandon, and Gavin was talking about um J. Cole's album that he dropped a few weeks ago. And we was talking about relevancy. I can't fully remember what the conversation was, but we was just like, I think Gavin said something like, well, Kendrick, he said Cole hasn't been as relevant as Kendrick Lamar. And I was like, how can you say that? And Kendrick will go ghost for 5 years. We may get a few like features here and there, but like J. Cole has had a whole feature run, has stayed relevant. He just hasn't dropped the album. So he was like, well, yeah, you got a good point there. But I'm saying like they were able to stay relevant strictly off their own and on their own music. There's a lot of artists today who has to do what 50 Cent is doing. If 50 Cent did not do what he was doing, he would be some old washed up rapper from the early 2000s that is, I don't want to go so hard, but say he's like a memory. That's what a
absolutely.
lot of artists are from that time, and
Mhm.
they struggle. So he sees that. There's a clip where cause he bought out vitamin water
Mhm.
when it first came out, I think, and then he sold it. And I think that's where he was like, oh, I can make money off anything for real. Like I can flip this company, make it bigger, sell it to Coca Cola. I think that's who it is, and then I make profit because I done sold them and I get a percentage.
Right.
So that's been his whole personality. I feel like since that
Forever.
bit. So that's like
Yeah.
the late 2000s and into now.
Mhm.
So now he's having to find a way to stay relevant, and I'm like, I hate that because to me it's corny, and I feel like you gotta you gotta like really feed off other people for your own success. But then you're also somebody who claims like, oh, like I put uh I put no limit on. I'm sorry, no, did I just mess up and say the wrong word? G Unit.
Yes.
I put G
I was
Unit
like,
on.
"What?
My
I
fault.
didn't
Not
know
no
that."
limit. Not no limit. G Unit. And all his guys like the game and all this other stuff. But then it's like you're doing the opposite now. So it's kind of so. Are you really 50 Cent, or are you washed up now? You're just trying to like find something to do.
I think he's coming out of where he's not. I don't. What's his God-given name? I can't think. Starts with a C. But I don't think he's 50 Cent anymore. I think he's moved into being, like I said, that businessman. I mean, he is making money off of everybody else's life. I mean, you think about BMF and that series that he has. Um, and to be honest, we all love drama. We all love people's messiness. And 50 has found, to me, he's found his niche. He knows that we all like drama, and that's the thing that he deals well with. So the BMF, his series of Power, which may have parts of some of his story in it, but is still telling the story of somebody else, and he's making money off of that. So I don't know. He lame or not, I can't hate on him. I like 50, I like T.I. But I don't like bullies. But to me, I feel like I don't know, just for him, it's like if you don't give him the attention and just going about your business, you'll be fine. But
Yeah.
then my bigger question, more so for this beef, was why are they going so hard for him when there's been so many other people that have come for Tiny and I've never heard them to this degree defend her. But kudos to them for defending her. They
Yeah.
should.
No,
So
I think that's still good. And I think yeah, I don't know. But I am kind of in agreement with the whole like I'm glad somebody's going back at 50 Cent because I feel like a lot of people feel like they can't or
that's true.
they have to side with him
Yeah,
because
that's true.
he knows something about them.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and if he knows something about you, that's on you. Cause I'm like, I'm not letting nobody get no one up like that on me, bro. I could never. If I let somebody else get one up on me, that means I got two on you. Like I'm not letting you know something about me and I ain't got nothing on you, or like I don't know nothing about you. So if I was in that situation, that's how I would move. I'm not gonna sit there and let somebody else dictate my future or tell me I gotta do something or like I can't do something in this industry because you know something about me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I respect them for that. I respect them heavy for that. And um, yeah, stick up for your mom, man. Stick up for your not even your mom, your family, your father, your dad, your sisters, brothers, aunties,
If you
uncles.
know it's just wrong, period, I guess, because I don't feel like there's too many people that do that anymore nowadays.
Yes,
But if y'all haven't seen all the clapback from the Harris family, go check them out and see and let us know what you think about their responses.
I thought you was talking about me for a second.
Oh,
I, I was like, what what clapback we deal with? I was like, we're not even all Harrises in this house.
you do
But
not want to
not
see our
T.
clapback.
Nah, yes, the Ti and them Ti and
Yes,
them
that
family
Harris family.
definitely. Uh, yeah. Did you have any other topics for today, Ma?
I don't think so. What about you?
I think I'm good, honestly. So yeah, y'all. Wow, I cannot speak today. So yeah, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in to this episode of From Our Hearts to Yours. Like I've said last week, we will always take recommendations on topics, questions. If you guys have any of those, reach out in the comment section, or y'all can reach out personally. However, if y'all know us personally, don't reach out if y'all don't know us personally. But if y'all have any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that, please ask us in the comments and let us know.
And thank y'all for watching.
Yes, yes, we love the feedback on the first episode. We're gonna try and do this every week, and hopefully next week we might have a special guest. We
Oh,
might we
okay.
might we might have a special guest.
Okay, I
If not
like
next week, if
it.
not next week, then the following week for sure. So y'all stay tuned in. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And once again,
From our heart to
from our
yours.
heart to
Have a
yours.
great week, everybody.
Peace, y'all.